Hello everybody, this is Dr. Barnard. I am your Spanish instructor for Spanish 2001 on eCore, and I wanted to provide a little lesson on double object pronouns. I find that double object pronouns perhaps stymie most of my students because it's really a structure that doesn't quite correlate exactly to what we have in English. With Spanish, a lot of words are similar to English, a lot of grammar structures are similar to English, but this is something that will feel kind of backwards when you're coming from English. So let me just see if this will work here. Double, I haven't written on this for a while. Double object pronouns. But before I get into double object pronouns, I want to get into what direct and indirect object pronouns are. So I'm going to draw like a grid, and each cell in the grid is going to represent a different subject Spanish. So this is first, second, third person, singular, plural. Okay, this is going to be my side for direct object pronouns. I can't even spell right now. Excuse me. Alright, so where's I think I was using this one. Pronouns. Right? So this side with this grid, I'm going to use this for indirect object pronouns. Okay. Writing out the different subject positions in Spanish. So indirect object pronouns. Okay, almost made the same mistake there. Alright, so for direct object pronouns, we have me, te, lo, la, nos, os, los, las. For the indirect object pronouns, we have me, te, le, nos, os, les. Okay? So one thing about indirect object pronouns, they are always going to take the place of people who are getting things. So these are the people getting things. Okay? Direct object pronouns are people or things that are being given or spoken to. They are being directly influenced by the action. So people or things given, spoken to, etc. So they are directly associated with the action, but here with indirect object pronouns, we're dealing with people getting things. Okay, so let me see what I have to do to, okay, so clear that, right? So again, we're going to go back to that grid. Unfortunately, I have to redraw it, but practice makes perfect, I guess. So again, this one is for the direct object pronouns. And this one is for the indirect object pronouns. Okay, so compare these two charts and you'll see that in the first person, it's the same. Second person, again, the pronouns used are the same. The only difference is right here when you get to the third person. Only difference between the pronouns in form, in their, forms, in form, is in third person. Okay? Right? So, we're going to speak about double object pronouns. With double object pronouns, you are going to use an indirect object pronoun to represent the person getting something or receiving something. And the direct object pronoun is the something they're getting. Okay, so whenever you put them together in a sentence, you always put the indirect object pronoun first and then the direct object pronoun. We're going to go over placement after I run through just a few examples with you. So let's do that real quick, and hopefully that will help. So I'm going to have to, for some reason, I can't. First time I've been using it on a PC, so bear with me. So I'm going to have to clear all of this out. So a common English example that would use double object pronouns in English would be she gave it to me. All right, so here we have the verb. This is the direct object pronoun, that's the thing. And the person getting it is the indirect object pronoun. This is the structure in English. But it, in Spanish, it could be anything. This it could be a car, it could be a book, it could be a sofa, it could be a cell phone, it could be a hat, it could be a shirt, it could be many things. Okay? And as you know, in Spanish, all of these nouns have grammatical genders. So let's say she gave a shirt, la camisa. This word is singular and feminine. Singular, and its gender and grammar is feminine. Now, that doesn't mean it's actually feminine. It's something from Latin, because Latin gave nouns different genders, and not only did you have to conjugate verbs in Latin, you had to give the nouns this special declensions based off of whether it was direct object, indirect object, things like this. It was much more complicated, so I'm probably going to thank God that you don't have to learn Latin, that you can just settle for Spanish. So, I had to take Latin in high school, so I know all of this. So, la camisa means the shirt. You know it's feminine because look right here. This is the definite article. You also know because it ends in A that it's feminine. But the definite article is basically how you would say the in Spanish. Okay? She could have also given it to me, that it being el libro, which is singular and masculine. So let's just say she gave the shirt to me. Okay, let's just say she gave me the shirt. In Spanish, I would write this: me la dio. Me, that's the me, the indirect object pronoun. La, this is the it, which is the direct object pronoun. And dio is the verb. And inside that verb, you see the conjugation tells me it's a he, she, or it doing the giving, or who has done the giving. So, what am I forgetting here? So, again, that la is how we would express la camisa as an it. Like I could easily say, she gave me the shirt. In Spanish, me dio la camisa. There's nothing wrong with that sentence. It's perfectly fine. But you use these pronouns when you want to simplify the language so you're not having to repeat yourself all the time. Instead of saying, she gave me the shirt, she gave me the shirt. Who gave you the shirt? She gave me it. So you don't have to keep repeating. So basically, that's what you're doing here. You're referring to these things as an it or a them. Okay? So me is indirect object, pronoun, but here, it's just the direct object. It's not a pronoun. It's just the direct object. It's what has been given. Okay? So, we can try one with a plural. So let me try. Let's get rid of this. Goodbye. She bought him, no, she bought you the compact discs. People don't really use them anymore, but she bought you the compact discs. I think it's discs, and I think that's how people write it. But people don't really use CDs anymore. You know, I'm a child of the 90s, so she bought you the compact discs. Let's just translate this. So, te compró los discos compactos. She bought you the compact discs. So again, this is the indirect object pronoun. Okay. This is the direct object. Direct object. What I want to do, instead of saying all of this out so many times, I want to say she bought you, or she bought them for you. She bought them for you. Okay? So this would be te los compró. Right? So that's the you, that's the indirect object pronoun. This is the direct object pronoun that is standing in for that them. But you see it's masculine and plural because this right here is a masculine plural noun. Okay, te los compró. Okay, so now something tricky happens when instead of a you who's getting it, it's a he, she, it, or them. Like if I were to say she bought them for them, like for you guys, or for them, let's say she bought, like you all, you guys, you all, the compact discs. Okay, it's probably not the best English, but this is Spanish. So she bought you the compact discs, you guys rather, les compró los discos compactos. Okay, she bought you guys the compact discs. But again, I want to refer to these as a them. I want to say she bought them for y'all. Okay, she bought them for y'all. So if we were to follow the pattern that we've been building, it would be les los compró. Except, believe it or not, this is not correct in Spanish. I will show you why. For some reason, you can't have object pronouns together that start with L's. Like you can't have consecutive object pronouns that start with L's. Now, a lot of these grammar rules are due to pronunciation. So it could be something about how it sounded to the speakers and how it evolved over time. Not all grammar rules have hard and fast and really meaningful explanations. So a lot of them are just due to how people prefer to speak. So it's like the chicken and the egg. Which came first, language or grammar? Usually grammar is a set of observations about how the speakers of a language speak. So instead of les, this has to become se. Okay, se los compró. Okay, se. So anytime, like in this position right here, the indirect object, if this is third person, if this is third person, this one right here has to become se. So that is double object pronouns. I have some other exercises. I'm going to see if I can put them online to help you out. But eCore has already provided a lot of exercises for you. But this is just my take on it. I'm going to see what else I can provide. So that is it for now.